What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we're going to be joined by two guests. The first is Brooklyn and Julia from Golden Hour Lactation.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about lactation. You know, I got the 1-year-old. I got Emma. So that was a big deal when she was first born. I didn't know how much of a deal and how much support ladies need.
It's a job.
It is.
It's a 24-hour job. I've been through it.
And they're there to help you along with that.
Super
also,
cool.
we are joined by David King from Vista High School. He is the principal, and they got a lot of cool stuff they offer at Vista. Pretty unique. I went there. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming now online through the KAWC YouTube and Border Radio Facebook pages. And send us an email to whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up Yuma radio show. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are joined by two amazing individuals that founded something called Golden Hour Lactation. Okay, so today we're talking, and I got permission to say this, boobs and babies.
He got permission from himself.
Boobs and babies. That's what we're talking about. So if you're, we can chuckle. So we're here with the, or cackle or whatever we talked about earlier.
Giggle
a little bit. They said that I am free to do that. So, no matter how old you get, you're still that little boy. So that's the way it goes. Julia and Brooklyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. So,
in unison.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Did you guys plan that?
They're like twins. I've just been sitting here
here.
hanging out with them. They're like finishing each other's thoughts. And like, it's just awesome.
And I saw them.
Each other.
I saw them earlier. They were at the Starbucks meeting. So I think they planned that together. That was part of their meeting.
Just 1, 2, 3, let's practice.
Okay. So Golden Hour.
business.
Yeah. Back to business. What are we here for? We're doing a radio show. Golden Hour Lactation. Okay. So first of all, the name. Just explain that name to me, and then a little bit about your mission, and then we'll go all the way back to why you got it started.
Okay. So the golden hour, if you don't know, is that hour right after mom has baby. And that's when all these physiological changes are happening. So, baby is now their own person. They're essentially off of life support, right?
That's right.
And so this is when baby has to start thriving independently from mom. However, baby uses mom to be able to kickstart all of those changes, right?
That's right.
So it's so important when after a mom has a baby, however, vaginal, C-section, whatever, baby gets placed on mom's chest, right? That skin to skin. Everybody heard about skin to skin, but they don't know why it's important. These changes, these physiological changes don't happen well without that initial skin to skin. So it's like the golden hour is the start of everything, right? This is the start of baby's life outside of the womb. So it's so important.
It helps.
Can you bring your mic a little closer to you, Julia?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it helps them regulate their temperature because you're inside the womb, you're in this warm environment. You don't have to do anything to keep your temperature. You're in a warm sack of fluid. So then you're born and you're hit with the cold air and you don't have anything on, you don't know. So getting put on mom's skin helps them regulate their temperature, their heart rate, their respiratory rate,
Their glucose,
everything.
Everything.
And then they can smell their mom. They can hear her heart like they were able to in the womb. They know that they're home. And so they feel relaxed and
They're like,
it all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, once they chill out, from that initial shock
they
of
start,
cold,
like-
and they're like mad.
Oh, that's what is it? Rooting.
Yeah,
Then they start.
yeah, they start working their way down. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So there's
Johnny's like, what?
He's like, I don't know what they're talking about now.
there's actually 9 stages in the golden hour. So baby doesn't just come out and immediately start breastfeeding.
No.
They cry, they take a rest period, they have a rooting part where they're not ready to eat yet, but they're practicing. They might touch and lick and just be wide awake, looking around. And that's a time when moms start stressing out, like, okay, baby needs to eat.
Yeah.
But they're just orienting themselves with her and with the world. And they don't really actually start wanting to eat until around 45 minutes to an hour.
That's such a good point, because as going through this 3 times, you're wondering, why aren't they latching?
Yeah.
So what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Or like, so great.
Yeah.
I'd love to know that. It's not me.
Yeah, no, it's not you. Baby just needs a second. Like they just learned how to breathe about 2 seconds ago. So they're like, maybe give me a
I'm
minute.
like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So the golden hour, now we know what that is and why it's important. Now, was that always practice in the hospital, or is that practice even today? Do they know that at the hospitals? If you're in delivery, that, okay, right away, this needs to happen across the board.
Yes and no. It's definitely still a learning curve for a lot of people. I actually worked in labor and delivery at our hospital, and I knew it was important and I knew that it should happen, but it was more, we went about it more of like, okay, do you want to do the golden hour? Or we would just wait for them to say, no, I want the golden hour. Don't take baby off my chest.
Wow.
So a lot of what happens is baby gets taken over to the warmer, measurements happen and stuff like that, unless mom says, no, I want to do the golden hour. But I believe they're working on changing that. That's one of the things we were working on before we left. We were in the lactation unit, and we were going around and telling all the nurses, like, no, you can leave baby on the chest. You can do all your vitals there, and really explaining the benefits, because until I really dove into the lactation specialty, even as a labor and delivery nurse, I didn't truly understand how beneficial it was. I knew it was good for breastfeeding, but I didn't truly understand all the rest of the stuff.
You learn about it briefly in nursing school, right? And your whole
so it's not a big deal in the nursing school. They don't really highlight it.
No,
not at all.
Like it's in the book, right? You've read it, you've skimmed over it. So then when you're fresh out of nursing school and you're working as a nurse, you're in that medical mindset, right? So it's like, I want to see how much this baby weighs. Like, is baby healthy?
Is health, exactly.
What's the heart sound like? What are the vitals? Like, you're so focused on all of that, and then everything's so fast paced, you know, the nurses,
boom, boom, boom.
you're busy. And so
intense.
You just get all your stuff done and you go to the next person. And so
trying to slow that down.
They would, I'm sure all the nurses would love to just have everybody do the golden hour, take their time and stuff like that. But it's just not really, the medical system isn't.
Well,
really
that's
totally
why
set up
you guys are here getting the word out.
So then that's obviously that's part of your mission. I know the importance of skin to skin, and I have a 1-year-old. Shout out Emma Gray. She just turned 1 on Friday. But I never heard that term or that word golden hour. This is the first time I've heard that. And we spent a lot of time in the hospital. It was there for like 3 days, but I never heard that. So is that like we're trying to educate people on what that means along with the skin to skin and everything? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So we're trying to ideally meet with clients while they're pregnant so that we can teach them everything that they can ask for and advocate for themselves in the hospital. And we like for their support person to be there. So whether it's their husband, boyfriend, sister, mom, whoever's going to be there with them, we like them to be there so that we can teach them how they can be a support person in the hospital as well. And they can, be the one to say, oh, she wants to do the golden hour, please don't remove baby. And that'll be respected unless there's some kind of, medical emergency going on.
That would be important for the dad to say that. The mom's so out of it.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, what just happened to me?
Exactly.
She's got enough going on. So it's like, if
The
someone
dad's
else
like,
could maybe step up.
His one job, he's like, golden hour. That's what you should say.
I did it.
That sounds like a very important job now.
Yeah, you know what? It is.
That's a thing. Yeah. So Julia, can you give us a little bit about your background, how you got started in this? Was this always something that was important to you at just the medical field? Give us a little bit of a background about yourself.
So I always knew I wanted to do something medical. I love helping people. I love defending people, advocating for people, stuff like that. So once I figured out I wanted to be a nurse, I was pretty sure I would like the labor and delivery, NICU, postpartum, something like that. And so my first job was labor and delivery, postpartum in the hospital. I worked there 6-7+ years.
So your first job outside of school, that was your first?
That was my first nursing job.
Here in Yuma? Or
Here in Yuma. Here in Yuma.
Cool.
Yep. And I pretty early on knew that I wanted to either specialize in midwifery or in lactation.
Okay.
And as I gained experience, I learned how much I love helping with the breastfeeding portion. And as the primary nurse, you don't really get the opportunity to focus on that all the time because it can take an hour plus sometimes to help a mom with breastfeeding. And you have other patients you can't really leave alone unchecked for an hour. So you know, when I saw the reaction of these moms and how grateful and thankful they were for me, it felt like a very small intervention, but for them, it was huge.
It is huge.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
It
from
was
experience,
huge.
it's huge to have
Yeah.
someone there just helping.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're so unsure and then you don't know if you're doing it right. So there should be a permanent breastfeeding person in every room the whole time you're there.
Yes,
Like a doula that follows you around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
before I was a nurse. So after I graduated high school, I left 2 weeks after high school graduation to Army basic training. So I was in the
Wow.
National Guard for 6 years.
Cool.
And I think that experience helped me in my nursing as well, being a
Okay.
good nurse and having good ethical values and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so then, yeah, I did that. I did the inpatient lactation RN position in the hospital here in our hospital as well.
Okay.
I've also done a few years of hospice nursing, and I've been a school nurse,
Wow.
and
All sorts of stuff.
all sorts of
I'm
stuff.
like, wow.
Little
And
taste
in-
of everything.
In high school, I was a lifeguard,
Oh my
and then
God.
basically
You
that
are
kind
always
of
helping people, huh?
that kind of sums up Brooklyn's history
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same
Oh,
stuff.
so we don't even need to hear
So
it.
she was a lifeguard.
Ditto.
She was a hospice nurse. she was
Thank
a
you for joining
postpartum
us,
nurse.
Brooklyn, but you can go now. You can go. You're done.
She spoke for you. Wow.
I
It's
want
true,
to.
though. I follow Julia.
I want to
Around.
highlight something though. You mentioned advocating for people, so that
Yeah.
was. It sounds like a passion of yours
Yeah.
because I have learned in the medical field, if you go to a hospital, a doctor, you have to advocate for yourself as best as possible because,
Yes.
and it's not. I don't think the doctor. There's no evil intention,
No.
but it's just they're busy.
Yes.
And I
And-
feel like their hands are tied with
Yes.
Busy,
insurance.
hands
Oh,
are
yeah,
tied.
sure.
I mean, no, I don't even know if I can say that, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
I
it's
feel
true.
like that. I've been told, like, well,
Yeah.
your insurance won't cover that, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I need it. Though,
I know.
you know.
Mhm.
So keep
It's
going,
definitely
Johnny,
not
sorry.
like you
No,
just pick.
But
Yeah.
but advocating. So sometimes you can't advocate for yourself,
Yeah.
and you need somebody to do
Mhm.
that. So that seems like it's very, very important, and that was like naturally in you, and so
Yes.
Mhm.
this is a perfect fit.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
natural.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Even before I did this as a job, I did it for my family and friends just
Mhm.
because I love doing it. I was at Brooklyn's births. I've been at a lot of my
Aw.
families and closest friends.
You were there when she
births.
was born. Oh, no,
My
just kidding.
God.
That's
When
crazy.
she gave birth.
Oh, okay.
He's like, dang, you look good.
Yeah, you look
I
the
don't know
same
how old
age.
you are, but
So you were there for all of her births of her children.
Yes.
okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Ronnie.
Oh my gosh.
This is what I deal with every day, you guys.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love being there and
Yeah.
helping someone when they're vulnerable
Yeah.
and being like their support and defender. And
You strike me as the little girl that brought home all the strays. Did you?
oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Stray animals. Like you strike me
Did
as
you
that.
do a deep dive? Look, did you,
I'm
like,
psychic, don't you know?
how did this happen?
I
Okay.
can read her aura.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on
So,
to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, we got
tell them about your recent
we,
stray.
we got 2 minutes
Uh-oh.
before we go to the break.
I am
Go-
right.
Go ahead. A little bit of your background and how you got involved with this.
So super similar
Okay.
to Julia.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're the same age, but she got started way earlier. She knew what she wanted to do from the get go.
Yeah.
I was the typical like I got to figure my life out. So
Take a
she was
year
a
off.
nurse for
Yeah.
I don't know 4 years I think before I even
Oh.
got into nursing school.
Okay.
But I kind of always knew I wanted to do medical field. My my nana, my mom's mom was a nurse. My mom is a nurse now, nurse
Wow.
practitioner. But
Cool.
so it was just in that line and like
Yeah.
being able to see my mom help people,
Mhm.
especially medically, and like being in an emergency situation and knowing what to do,
And, like,
having that
staying
peace of
calm.
mind of
Yeah.
like, okay, I know what to do.
Yeah.
That it was
Yeah.
so helpful. So I knew I wanted to do nursing, and same thing. Started out at the hospital and moms and babies, and
So
you
and
know,
then labor and delivery, you're in the
I
same
I was in mother baby, so postpartum.
mother baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I never
What
made my way
So
to
years did
labor.
you guys work there?
I started in probably 2016.
Okay.
And I just recently, when we started our business, is when I left the hospital. I had always
Wow.
been there, whether it was full time or part time.
Yeah. I
Like-
probably met you guys. I had my
Maybe.
son in
Probably.
2017.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
And then
yeah.
Remy was 2021.
Oh, okay.
But wow, I'm like, are you familiar?
I know, right?
Are you there?
Yeah. It's so common to go around Yuma. I was there for yours and for yours.
Aw, I bet that's so cute to see.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh,
You're
it's
like,
the best.
I remember you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, keep going.
So I was there in 2020, and then I left after I had my son. So I was only there for about a year, and then I went back just as lactation, which was amazing. I mean, again, boobs and babies. So they're the best.
That's what we're talking about.
Who doesn't love a boob and a baby?
Yeah, she said it. I didn't say that. Take that note over there, Talon. You know what? We're going to get yelled at. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back. We're going to hear some messages and go to commercials, and then my face hopefully wouldn't be red when I come back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. Specializing in residential and commercial wiring, services also include EV charging unit installs and solar-ready service panel upgrades. Information and consultation appointments at yumaelectricservicellc.com.
Good morning. This is Cecilia Holland-Braithwaite from the KAWC Newsroom. An extreme heat warning remains in effect as afternoon highs in Yuma climb to 112 degrees. Calm winds out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight with a low of 87 degrees. If you are a nonprofit organization and you have a public service announcement, you can partner with us and email your request to info@kawc.org with the subject line PSA submission.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the Local News Initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/student newsroom.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Brooklyn and Julia from Golden Hour Lactation. So we got a little bit of the history of how you both get started. You eventually, I guess you followed Julia everywhere she went. And
she guinea pigs the job, tells me if it's good,
Okay,
and then I'm like, all right, I'll
perfect it.
exactly.
So how did this concept come about then? Like with the history, is it because like maybe you're a little frustrated with the way you had to do it at the hospital, or maybe you couldn't make enough time to be with them as you wanted to. So how did that happen? Did you always think you'd be entrepreneurs?
Never.
We have talked about this for so many years. It's like, what do you see for your future and your career?
Yeah.
And we just were always in sync, always in line on like what we wanted to do. And so then here we are, we've been working this same job for a long time, trying to make changes, getting some pushback, just getting frustrated with what we know that this could be, what our community needs. And so it was like, why don't we just do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Because there's limitations in the hospital setting. Like you can't leave the hospital and go to their house and be under the hospital. Like it just, we saw the gaps and we were trying to fix it and we couldn't in the hospital setting. It's just a different area. And
it's not like they're telling you, no, you can't go help these people.
Yeah,
It's not like that at all.
It's just not the way it is.
You just know. For one, it's Yuma. Like everyone's having babies all the time, right? So like there's a lot of people in the hospital at any given time. So trying to be able to sit in there and wait for baby to be hungry. And, you're getting calls constantly. You got to go to this room. You got to go to this room. So it's like, all right, pop that baby on. All right, run to this room, pop that baby on. So, but neither one of us were essentially thriving in that environment. We wanted to be able to sit there at the bedside and like get the background story from the mom and what is it that she's struggling with? Is she having anxiety in this moment? And that's why she's struggling.
That's awesome because that would help the mom also produce. I'm telling you to relax and be like, okay, I noticed because we were talking about breastfeeding our kids and like when I would be stressed, nothing's happening.
Yes.
Like,
and the hospital setting isn't a good place for learning. After you just had a baby, you're not going to retain
so tired.
everything we have to teach.
So and you're up every 2 hours and they're checking on you all the time and you're just like, you're not in the educational mindset.
Yeah. You're like, please just do it and let me go back.
Quit waking me up.
Yeah. And we've seen and we've experienced how little issues or big issues with breastfeeding can severely impact mental health.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And it happens so fast.
So you're talking maybe the part that I've seen mental health is like Ronnie said, well, I'm not producing, like what's wrong with me? I've kind of seen that. Go into that a little bit more detail and how do you deal with that?
So being in the home regularly and being in touch with them regularly after they get home from the hospital, you're able to see those changes and how they're feeling and how they're acting. And if you can, if they're having an issue and you can get on a phone call with them right away, it really helps take away that anxiety because they're not left wondering and thinking and Googling.
Am I doing this right? Yeah.
They can just call us. And a lot of times they are doing it right. They just need the reassurance. And they just need us to say, yes, you're doing that correct. Like that's normal behavior. Your interventions are
just
correct.
That monthly check-in would do wonders for
monthly,
somebody.
weekly, daily, and whatever you need. Like,
exactly.
hit us up. We're here to help
You're free.
you. Yeah.
We even like if someone books a visit with us, we do virtual and we do in-home and we follow up with them through text. So if they know that we're there anytime, they can text us and we will make availability for them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What if this is a very real issue. Some moms cannot produce.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen no matter what. How do you deal with that?
So I don't think either one of us have actually run into a true
It's actually super rare that you cannot produce.
Wow.
There's certain like physiological things that will happen, whether that's your genetics, your physical makeup, or you've had a tremendous postpartum hemorrhage that can cause that to happen as well. But typically, most women, very, very high number of women can breastfeed.
It's normally
it's the
something
education.
else. Yeah, it's normally something
the trauma
else that's
around
going
it, something
on.
like that.
Wow. Just curious.
So once that trauma is kind of situated and then the production happens, maybe?
Yeah, we can assess the situation and we assess what they're doing. We normally start by saying, okay, show me what you do.
Right.
And
it could
then
be food too.
And then we watch what they
and
do.
hydration.
Yeah.
If you're not
then we
hydrated,
can
you're not
give our
making milk.
recommendation.
That's so true.
Wow. Or if the latch is off, you're not going to make milk like you should. If, there's so many factors.
We look at all the scenarios. What's happening between mom and baby? Is baby even latching correctly? Because that's going to affect your milk supply. If you're not releasing that milk, is mom eating the correct diet? Is she hydrating? Is she sleeping? These are all things that women don't necessarily think about, right? Like, especially when you bring the baby home, because you've been so fixated on what's going to happen in that labor and delivery room. You're worried about tearing and all the things, right? Like, how's that going to happen? And then it's like, oh, now I have a baby. What do I do?
It's out of my body.
That's where we come in.
Okay, it's a trip. It's a trip when you actually see this human.
Yeah, but so it's not just lactation, right? It's the education pre and post. It's what's happening to your body. What's your baby going through? Like,
how was your delivery? We ask them, when did you deliver? How did you deliver? Were there any complications?
That's right.
Like we ask them their whole history so that we can properly assess the situation.
Yeah. And I know there's like a lot of shame with formula,
I know.
and I feel so bad for people. Like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sure, you want to do it this way, but if you have to supplement until that, because I had to do that with my daughter, the labor and delivery were so intense. It was like my milk was weeks late. And I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
It was just the trauma of my
and
body.
that's what it is.
Wow.
Your body
I'm
needs
getting
to
all
heal
my
itself.
answers today.
Yeah. And
So while we're on that,
He's like, wait, I'm still here, guys.
Yeah. Okay, David, help me out. David King's off camera. Get over here. We're the only two guys in the room.
No, I'm not.
No,
He's like, I
David-
hear enough about this with my wife.
Yeah, and we found that out. Our next guest, his wife, used to work with you guys.
Yeah.
So-
And she's amazing, by the way.
amazing.
If you can
That's
ever
a-
request to have DJ, request her,
Do it.
please, because
Okay.
she's awesome.
You guys heard it here first. If you
she
have
has really fun stories too. She's
Cool.
a good storyteller.
I'm sure about David too.
So take us through what it's like. Somebody reaches out to you. I need help. I'm struggling. Take us through an average client of yours. What's the process?
Okay, so immediately we want to know what's the situation, how can we help, right? And you don't have to give us a 30-minute background. It's just like, this is the general what I need help with. So, okay, do you want to book in person or virtual? Obviously, we always want to start with in person so we can fully assess everything. That might not work for somebody. We have, people from California that reach out too. So obviously those are going to be virtual. We can still see a lot from that angle, right? So we come to your home, whatever time, day works best for you, whether that's, Sunday to Monday, we make it work, right? So based on your schedule, the times that your baby is hungry, we show up, and well, I don't know how you do it, but I usually have,
This is the one time you go on your own.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some separation happening. Oh my God.
So
Are you guys breaking up?
I know. When we first started, we were both like, well, we both want to go to all the visits.
I want to see all the babies.
We were so excited.
Now you're like, we have so many people.
So how do you do it, Brooklyn?
Okay, so I have the mom show me. Show me what it is that you're doing.
Okay.
And usually
same
it's like
thing.
the tiniest little manipulations, right? And then even them, they're like gobsmacked. Like, are you serious? That's all.
That's all it took.
That's it.
Just the angle of the baby.
And then
head.
like we just do one little thing,
Yeah.
like one little
Scoot
like
that bottom closer.
yeah,
to you.
and then
Turn her
the
head.
mom goes, "Oh my gosh, it's never felt like this. It,
Yeah.
there's
It
no
feels
pain."
perfect.
Yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't hurt, and that's what we want to hear. It does not hurt.
Yes.
Breastfeeding should not hurt.
It should
She
not
looked
hurt.
in the
She's
camera
looking
for
at the
that.
camera.
I warned her not to do that.
Yeah.
I told her not to do that, and she did it anyway.
I had to
guys,
ask which camera.
Because
was
she's
that.
serious
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
she means
It
business.
should
They need
not
to
hurt.
know, and
Okay.
it shouldn't. Okay.
So it shouldn't hurt.
No, that's if it's hurting.
Okay.
Please.
He's like, stop
Call
yelling.
him.
Please,
Call him
like,
if it hurts.
he's like,
If
stop
it hurts.
yelling at me.
I know.
If it hurts, call. Okay, so how do you do it, Julia? It's pretty much the same way.
Same exact
thing?
thing. I start by telling them, show me exactly what you do before I
Yeah.
make any intervention. Usually it's a pretty simple fix. And then our first visit is longer because we want to give them all the education we can give them, get their whole background and everything. And so like just recently I had a client who I think I helped her with breastfeeding the first like 10 minutes. The issue was fixed. She was fine. So then I helped her with her pump and the flange sizing and had her try out her pump to make sure that didn't hurt. And that felt good.
So smart.
Both pumps. I showed her how to change the diaper. There was a little issue where baby was crying sometimes. It was like some kind of scenario. And I said, oh, that sounds like baby maybe was trying to poop. And so then it happened while I was there. And I was like, oh yeah, baby's pooping.
Yeah.
That's totally normal.
Yeah.
So
So it's
then
like the little things you don't think of, right? Like, why is my baby crying? What am I doing wrong?
because she was stressing about that. So then when I said, this is normal.
Right.
She was like, oh, okay. That makes me feel so much better.
Yeah.
That's
There's so
normal
much stress
behavior.
on the mom of making sure like, and it's almost hard to ask for help because you're like,
my
I'm a
gosh,
mom. I should have my maternal instinct should just be perfect. And it's like, totally
I should know
not.
what to do.
I was lost with my first one. I call him my guinea pig. Sorry, Kemper. He was like the first one. I'm like, I don't know. And then I learned with the second one. And now I felt like I was quote unquote ready for Remy, but still not ready. You know, like you're never really ready.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could talk about this all day.
Yeah.
Keep going. You're the guy. You're like, we do for a living.
So now we know what you do. Okay. So, but we were talking off air. You mentioned that there's like a program if somebody can't afford your services. Can you go into that for us and how people can give back or support you guys?
Yes. So we have a crowdfunding page that we made, and you can donate to help a mom in need. So we can go and visit them for free, or you can donate to help keep our monthly mommy meetups free because they're free to the public. You know, mom and baby can come and they can get advice during the mommy meetups too, or just make friends with other moms because motherhood is crazy isolating. So
you have no friends.
Right. Yeah. But then you're in this situation where you're surrounded by other people that don't have friends, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Can we be friends?
Can we talk? Yeah. My baby did this and my baby did that. So, and it's fun and it's easy. And, you know, we want that to remain free. Right. So if you have the means and if you're willing to, and you want to help a mom out, please, for the love,
I love that.
see our page. And
so where's the page?
Yeah,
how do they find that crowdfunding page? Or is it on a website? Go ahead.
It's a website, but you can find it on our social medias. We have the link there, or if you're having difficulty finding it, just send us a message and we'll send you the link. So it's iFund Women is the platform we're using.
Okay.
Got it.
So even if you just go to iFund Women and then you type in Golden Hour Lactation, you should find it.
Cool.
And you can pick however you want to do it. You can be anonymous if you want to. Like whatever works for you works for us. So.
And your mommy meetups. Explain a little bit about that before we go.
Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. So we bounce around all these different places. We did one at the library. We've done one at the Children's Museum. Our next one is going to be at the Family Room. I don't know if you've heard about this new place. So she's going to be hosting us there.
Cool.
And then we've got some really other cool places coming up too. Tranquility Wellness is going to host one.
Desert Oasis.
Yeah, Desert Oasis is going to host one. So we bounce around. We try to feature other local businesses.
Okay.
And then
bring in
can
other
host
professionals who can help these moms.
Okay.
Like for example, we've been talking with a pelvic floor therapist about coming in and doing a little bit of education. So we like to bring in other resources so that moms can get help. If they don't need help with breastfeeding, maybe we're doing something different that month.
Right. What else do you need help with? Who can we call?
There's always something.
Yes.
It could be getting back in shape or learning the diet. And people don't realize how much you do have to eat to breastfeed, you know, in their diet.
And if you're dealing with an issue that is maternal or baby and newborn, you don't think we can help. We probably know who can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Because we have a lot of connections and resources. So just reach out. And if we can't help you directly, we will refer you to someone.
We'll refer you somewhere else.
Yes.
You guys are so cool.
Yeah, you're very cool. So thank you guys so much for coming on today.
This is the quietest Johnny's ever been.
Yeah, that's it. This is crazy.
Okay.
I did my best, guys. I did my best.
You
But-
did great.
Oh, I did great.
He's
Oh,
just
thank
really
you.
You're not
excited to say
offensive.
boobs.
So this concludes the boobs and babies portion of the show. We're going to talk education after this.
Okay,
with
good. We'll
David
switch
King.
it.
Yeah, we're going to switch it to education with David King from Vista High School. He's the
Yes.
principal over there. So thank you again. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for your
Awesome.
service.
If people are listening, hopefully they reach out to you. And with that, we'll be back. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Officials with the Department of Defense announced that Marines and soldiers are working at the border in the Yuma sector. Service members assigned to the Task Force Forge assumed operational responsibilities. They will support U.S. Northern Command's ongoing work for the Department of Homeland Security under Joint Task Force Southern Border. About 500 Marines and soldiers are at work locally. This includes reinforcing the existing southern border barrier, placing national defense area signage, and roadway maintenance. Marines and soldiers are now welding prefabricated steel brackets onto the existing barrier infrastructure. The brackets will support the placement of barbed and concertina wire. KAWC reached out to local U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials for comment, but did not hear back before airtime. For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel cleaning and pressure washing. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
Hey everybody, this is Kathy with Kofa's K-Pop for Border. This week we have the Self-Love Show. We have Stray Kids, LE SSERAFIM, Twice, BTS, and New Jeans. So if you need a pick-me-up, tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 on 94.7 FM or drop in on the Kofa app.
AWC's Small Business Development Center will host a business pitch competition on September 10th at its location on Redondo Center Drive. Plan, Pitch, and Prosper 2025 will offer a Shark Tank-style competition for individuals who wish to showcase their ventures. Information is at azwestern.edu/SBDC.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by David King. He is the principal of Vista High School. Thank you for being with us, David.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in here this whole last show.
Yeah,
He's like, what am I doing?
I was hoping that I could tag him in, like, okay, get over here and help me, David. But
Yeah, he was surrounded. Johnny was surrounded too much estrogen.
I tried to talk. I did. Like, he saw me. He watched. Like, I was like trying to go in, But anyway, it was fun. It was
a
fun.
blast.
And your wife worked with him.
Yeah. She's been in labor and delivery for, 27 years now.
Cool.
And so, she loves it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Vista High School, I got to say, I went there my senior year. I told you that when we met. I went there, and there was a little bit of stigma about Vista.
Mm-hmm.
There was like when I went there, when I told people like I went to Vista, they're like, "Ooh, what you
were
do?
a bad kid.
What did you do?
Yep.
Like what happened?" And with me, all that happened is that I didn't pay attention in the regular school, so I had to catch up on my credits. That was it. But
Yeah, because people assume you get like kicked out.
Yeah, they thought
school.
like I was kicked out of school
Yeah.
and stuff. So how long have you been the principal, and were you immediately faced with that perception?
I've been at Vista for 3 years. And yeah, the stigma was absolutely apparent in the community. People say, oh, what's it like to work with those kids? Or
you're like regular kids?
Do they have real teachers there?
Oh my gosh.
But no, absolutely. And actually, I was really blessed in that Vista opened up a new campus in 2018. So it's not back where Johnny was. You were probably in the post office or a church.
No, I was actually on Virginia. Now it's a daycare.
That's right.
It's a daycare.
Yeah.
So now the new one's like by the golf course, by Kofa.
Well, it's by Kofa.
Yeah, right on the corner of Avenue A
it looks
and 32nd. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's other than Somerton, it's our newest campus in the district. Beautiful classrooms, flexible seating. Really, really a wonderful spot. And so I think having that new location obviously helped to combat some of the stigma. But, we're a school that, is always actively trying to kind of redefine people's thoughts about us in the community, because I think there is a lot of, previous ideas about what was going on at Vista, what type of student went to Vista. So
you were originally a teacher and then a coach. Is that how it went, or a coach and then a teacher?
Yeah, well, at the same time, I guess.
At the same time. Okay.
I came here in 2007. Started my teaching career. I think I was in Yuma the day after I graduated college.
Oh really? My gosh.
Yeah.
From where?
Michigan. So University.
Oh my gosh.
Western Michigan University.
One climate to the other.
Yeah. We had seasons there. But so I came here. I took my first tour at Gila Ridge, still with a hard hat on. Opened up the school there, and I was the head wrestling coach and English teacher there for a good amount of time.
Wow!
And then in that program, had a ton of success, had a lot of fun. It's really cool to see what Coach Villa Moreno's doing there now. He was my athlete, and so it was cool to see him take it over.
Cool.
And then moved from Gila Ridge to Kofa as an administrator. I was the athletic director at Kofa for 4 years.
So is that like the vice principal position?
Yeah,
basically
assistant principal.
Principal.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Who's also in charge of athletics and safety on campus.
Did you also do discipline?
Yeah.
Discipline. Yeah, because I remember that. I could remember my Mr. Palick was there when I was there, and then I was Johnny. You're in my office again.
Why are you here?
I always went to the vice principal. So yeah.
Well, you're lucky that way then.
Yeah.
not the top dog. Yeah.
Oh no, that was Chip Snyder back then.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So then I was really fortunate to get called up and to be the principal at Vista. And what an awesome change it's been. The teachers there are amazing. The students have been incredible for me. I think every kid in our district's got a good story, right? But I think that at Vista, we get a concentration of kids who are making a conscious choice to choose Vista, whether it's for credit recovery, the smaller campus environment. Maybe they want to graduate early. Maybe they face some barrier like, a death in the family or a difficulty in public school or COVID or whatever.
There's so many reasons.
Yeah.
We have this guy wash our cars, and he's this young kid. He's like 17, 18, and he goes to Vista and he's got his own car wash.
He's done my truck.
Yes.
He's an awesome dude.
I don't know his name. I feel so bad. You're awesome. I'm sure if you're listening, but like, he's not doing it because he's failing. He's doing it because he wants to graduate early or like things like that. And it's like, it's just an alternate route of education.
And the schedule's different, right?
A little bit different. Yep. We have some flexible scheduling options. Mostly the big difference is that our kids are working on 4 classes at a time in a block schedule. But even though they're only taking those 4 classes at a time, we are in a term system. So, it's interesting. People think about Vista as being the kids that couldn't do it, but our kids are moving twice as fast.
I love that.
Me too.
When you told me that,
So
when
cool.
I first got the tour, when we met and you told me that, I was like, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's accelerated.
It's totally not what the community at one time thought. Like, these kids are excelling and they, like you said, can graduate early.
Yeah.
If you started as a freshman at Vista, and this is an issue that we're kind of trying to plan better for, but if you start as a freshman, you would be on track to graduate a whole year early.
Wow.
And so we have to have those discussions with parents, with families, with kids, and think about
do they not like that or something?
Well, I don't think every student is ready a year early. Some are definitely ready.
Yeah.
100%.
They're ready to hit the road.
Yeah. But not every kid is.
Yeah.
And so how can we supplement it maybe with some internships, some community participation, work-based learning during those junior and senior years, so you still get the support of still being in school, all of the resources that Vista can offer, but then also maybe volunteering at the Humane Society or some work-based learning, getting credit plus money. That's great.
So you said the schedule right now, the kids are working on 4 classes. I think when I went there was only 2.
Okay.
We did 2 a day, and they were both 2-hour long classes, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it
on it
because I could focus. This is the first time in my life that I ever got A's and B's my senior year, because I could get the lecture and then the teacher was still there.
Yeah.
The teacher was right there. So I'd say, hey, I need some help with this. I'm struggling. And the teacher would come over and say, oh, okay, this and this. And it's like, oh, all right,
now
cool.
I get it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Versus like me, I didn't come from the best neighborhood, the best home. There's chaos for me to try to go home and do homework. That was like, that's not going to happen. I would tell my teachers, like, I'm not going to do this at home.
Yeah.
I told them straight up, like, I'm not doing this at home. So I'm sorry, I'm going to fail this class. And I had to be real with them, but the structure is a little bit different. So there's not that same pressure maybe with the 4 classes.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So we, during each period, they're 90 to 99 minutes long. And so there's that same opportunity for teachers to offer that, direct instruction, that support. But our kids get a ton of time to work individually, to collaborate in groups, to work with other resources, to reach out to, other teachers on campus if they need support, right? And so it's a really cool format that allows our kids to really focus on that growth. And our whole district is focusing on some student-led, student-centered instruction with like personalized competency-based learning. But at Vista, I think we definitely have the time.
What's the bell schedule?
So we start at 8:30.
Okay.
And then we're out at 3:30.
Okay. It's like the regular day.
Yeah, pretty much. About 45 minutes longer than our sister schools.
Okay.
But we start, not longer, 45 minutes later.
Okay.
But we start at 8:30 versus 7:30.
Yeah. My son goes to Cibola, starts at like 7:30-ish.
Yeah.
And then there's only 4 classes. He has like 6 or 7. And so it's so fast paced.
Yep.
And they're all advanced and he's got a lot of stuff to do. So I can see why this would be good.
And we're pushing hard, in recruiting, trying to get more and more kids to come, which means that we're offering some of those accelerated courses too that kids get elsewhere in the district. So we added a dual credit biology class this year. So kids are getting AWC credit for their Bio 160 course with us. Cool. All of our CTE courses offer dual credit as well. And so, kids are definitely still getting that high speed, high expectation education.
So when you made the transition from COFA to Vista, did you automatically see a lot of these opportunities and the qualities at Vista?
Oh, yeah. I was really fortunate to come in, and my predecessor, Mr. Surgon, had set up a lot of programming, a lot of really great committees and social and emotional learning programming and opportunities for our kids to really excel at Vista. And so as I came in, I had to kind of think about all the boats on the water, right? And talk with staff, talk with students about what we would do and what we would focus on, what really defined us. And then I'm really blessed too that I've got some great staff that has great connections to the community. Our school social worker, David Reynoso, is amazing and keeps us connected with community efforts. And our dropout prevention specialist, Ms. Garcia, she's amazing too. And our counselors, they really have their pulse on what is going to be great for kids, especially coming up.
I heard that high schools rarely have the counselors on the campus these days. Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay.
Each of our campuses has a few counselors.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 for our students, but every other campus has probably 4 or 5 on most campuses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. My son's had to talk to his. He wanted to change some classes like the first week.
Yeah.
I don't like my schedule.
And that can be tough, trying to adjust. Freshmen especially sometimes don't get a lot of choice in their schedule.
Yeah.
We really try to make our master schedules be driven by student want, right?
Okay.
Like, what are they interested in? They fill out surveys that last spring, right? And so if nobody wants to take underwater basket weaving, right, it's just not going to be offered.
It's like,
well, shucks.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I just send the scuba gear back. But if everybody wants to take like this brand new program we have is our culinary arts program.
Can we talk about that on the other side of the break? Because that's really cool. Something you told me about. I want to dive into that, and also some of the other cool features and get a little bit more granular about what you guys offer there. Is that all right?
Yep, perfect.
Cool. We'll do that. We're going to take a quick break. We're talking to David King, the principal of Vista High School. You're listening to 94.7 FM Border Radio.
Today's day sponsor is Dr. Cheryl Haugo, wishing Mark John Haugo, the charming love of her life and best friend, an extraordinarily happy birthday today. Cheryl says, I cherish celebrating your birthday, and I hope it can make you almost as happy as you are able to make me each and every day. Happy birthday, Mark John. You are the best.
Hi, Daryl Brogdon here, host of the Retro Cocktail Hour, inviting you to join me for the music that's always served up shaken, not stirred. Whether it's TV crime jazz or tiki tunes, space-age bachelor pad music, swinging soundtracks, or other incredibly strange music, it's on the Retro Cocktail Hour.
Saturday evening from 7 to 9 on Border Radio, KOFA.
As part of Red Ribbon Week, the South Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition is seeking teams for the Kick Out Drugs Kickball Tournament to be held on October 25th at Armando Reynoso Field in Somerton. The tournament will feature music, food, and prevention resources. Teams can get more information and register now at 928-627-5995.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We're here talking to David King, the principal of Vista, and we left on a little bit of suspense.
Usual.
Yeah, we like
he
to
loves
do it
his
like
suspense.
a thing. Yeah, and I can still hear the music, Talon.
Oh, yeah.
The music's still up.
He was sleeping.
And did he fall asleep again? No, again, he's never fallen asleep.
He's crying out.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm so sorry.
I was going to throw a pen at the thing. Get him up. So the culinary arts.
Yeah.
You had this program. There was a little bit something, I think, when we talked before with the funding for stuff, and there was some changes about it. But then you went to doing something that really fits for Yuma.
Yeah.
So kind of dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vista is one building, right?
Okay.
Which means we're kind of landlocked unless we build more, and that's tough to do. And so to bring culinary arts to our students, we have this really great plan to use our classroom space that was previously used for hospitality classes.
The hospitality, that's the one, the hospitality.
Hospitality is an awesome program. Miss Carmen Middaugh is just a teacher that attracts kids, right? And so it's been a successful program. They've competed well at state. We're finishing up our hospitality 2 kids this semester, and then transitioning that program into a culinary arts program. So instead of kind of front of house.
Is there like a lot of requests for that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be a good draw, especially because we don't have a kitchen. So we have a classroom, and then we're going to have a food truck.
There we go.
Food truck time.
Food truck, right? Everybody loves the food truck. Then that's becoming a bigger deal. And like we've had Art Morales on, who's champion for the city to get food trucks at the parks, get them down at the river, get them places. So
Friday Night Munchies.
Oh, yes.
So Justin on.
Yeah, Justin was on. He talked about his Friday Night Munchies. So the opportunity here is here.
Yeah.
It's right here, the opportunity. So it should excite these kids. Like if you want to open it up, here it is. You can get some education on how to do that. And go ahead.
So they'll leave the program with certifications, being food handlers and a number of other industry certifications, making them employable right when they leave school. But also with that experience of working on the food truck, the community networking that they're getting, working with, other organizations and other, talking about Friday Night Munchies, working with all those other people who are great mentors
networking
about this is how they make their livelihood, and maybe our kids can do the same.
What food truck are you using?
It's brand new.
Like your own? Like Vista's own food truck?
Custom food truck.
Wow.
That's been ordered by the district.
So cool.
Yeah, super exciting.
They are not cheap.
No.
We looked into one. My husband had a meal prep business for a while, and we looked into one. We were like, holy moly.
Yeah. So it'll be brand new for our program. I think that part of our, working with the rest of the district, other culinary arts programs in our district, we'll be able to borrow it and use it for our own programming too, right? So it'll be a multi-use facility, but we're super, super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this food truck, I think of tacos because I love tacos, but you're going to have probably a variety, right?
Yeah.
A variety of food. Did you have that mapped out at all yet, or just kind of what the kids want to do?
Yeah, I don't know how thematic it is at this point. I know that there are requirements for the course for the kids to be able to make particular types of food, particular skill sets, right? And so
like sandwiches, I would think easy things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely tacos for Johnny.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it also has
let Johnny know when it's taco day.
Well, I think tacos are pretty easy, right?
They're so easy.
Get
we
some
make them all the time at home.
And chop it up, and then
a huge
with
part
the sound effects
of CTE is that it has to meet a community need, right?
There it is.
So I think that it has to be a type of food
breakfast
or a theme
burritos.
that
we're already putting on the menu, like telling all the kids.
And you're just making me hungry over here, Ronnie.
Me too.
So
I'm starving.
So along with this culinary arts program, what are other unique things about Vista and programs that you have?
Okay. We have a few CTE programs. We also offer mental health and social health and medical assisting. Both of those programs are
those are two separate ones.
Yeah, so mental and social health.
That
prepares students to get certifications and to be employable in that area.
Can we dive into that a little bit?
Yeah. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's an awesome program. Miss Murray actually has a grant right now where her class is working to destigmatize mental health on campuses and in our community. And so they do a lot of cool stuff, going to like mental health court. They are working on being advocates for people who need support in mental health. Just a really, really cool program. And it's awesome for our kids who get kind of a behind the scenes look at what it looks like to provide that support, but then also destigmatizing it and kind of feeling normal themselves, right?
Yes. I wish that was really around back in my days.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, my best friend, Troy Love, who I've had on the show, he's a therapist, and I've talked to him about it. It's like, there's such a big need here in Yuma, a big need, and people are having to drive over to Phoenix constantly. Yeah. And I said, Troy, how do we fix this problem? This is a big problem. I'm hearing about, okay, I got to get gas and maybe get a hotel, stay over here, see this person. I don't want to do the Zoom. How do we fix it? And he says, well, we need to raise them up here. They need to be from the community, because what happens is somebody will move here, they'll work here for a little while and then get a better position and leave. Right. And so it has to be somebody that actually cares about the community, born and raised here, or just raised here, and say, I want to be here to help the community. So you're getting them that start in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids who have roots here and families here that are becoming interested and certified in areas that will make them employable in that field.
Yeah, I worked in the mental health field for a few years, and I was so overwhelmed with caseloads. But I didn't have, there wasn't enough me, to help everybody. And it was such a small center. And so, good job.
Yeah. And then medical assisting is awesome. Another awesome program we offer. Miss Jones is like our other teachers, just a kid magnet, right? They want to be in her class. So, they're doing things like organizing blood drives and preparing for careers that will be in the medical field. So really, really cool program.
I love how much you love the teachers.
Oh, yeah.
And
every time he mentions a teacher, he lights up.
Yeah. And it's so important because that's who the child is spending time with.
Yes.
So if you have a mean teacher or one that really doesn't care about the kids, that class will totally fail, and the kid won't want to go there. And so I think that's great that you have a great staff of teachers.
Yeah.
And I think it's been that way ever since I've gone there. The teachers were always great. I remember I took anthropology.
Okay.
And I can't remember her name, but she was just amazing. I didn't pay attention to the class too much, but she was just awesome. And we would actually have like discussions and talk about things. And I would talk about, well, this is how I look at it and stuff. And it was great. And then I also had like a hippie teacher that we did like an art class with, and she drove a VW Bug with like flowers all over it and stuff. And she was just an amazing person. And she would take us out on field trips.
That's awesome.
But so it sounds like Vista has a legacy of great teachers that the students actually want to be around.
Yeah.
And time where that teacher can kind of be a little more present, a little more attentive. And our teachers do an excellent job all through the district.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
But I think that at Vista, kids that come there always report that they have a much closer, much more individual relationship with teachers.
Yeah.
My teacher knows my name. My teacher knows me. My teacher knows when I don't show up.
Yep.
Right. And I think that all throughout the district, the teachers do a great job of that, but it's just that much more intense.
So let's talk about the sports real fast. I had asked you, do kids get to play sports at Vista?
Yeah. So yes, at Vista, students are eligible to play sports as long as they compete at their home attendance zone school. So if based on your address, you would go to Cibola or Yuma High, that's where you would have to play sports.
Okay.
And so it's really, a great opportunity for kids. We have a number of kids that play soccer at COFA, or it can be tough sometimes if practice is right after school. Football is easier because they practice in the evening.
At night,
right?
Oh, believe me, we know. We're picking him up at like 9:30 at night. I'm like, I should be in bed.
Yes, so should he.
He is. He's so tired. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I guess I'm a little confused. So they would be enrolled in Vista, but they could play at COFA.
Yep, that's absolutely
just
true.
because their address?
Based on their address, and that's wherever they would go to high school based on your address.
Okay, got it.
Then they can play sports there.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we have a bunch of kids too that apply for or work with a MAP program. That's at Yuma High, the Master of the Arts program. That's another great program in town.
MAP.
And so we have kids that then work in their garage band or their music production. Really, really cool program. And then in Steady too. Steady is the Southwest Technical Education District of Yuma. We have a great partnership with them where our students are able to attend our school, but then also get some of the other elective type classes if they choose to go to Steady. In fact, we have a Steady satellite campus location on our campus for cosmetology. So huge,
is that a popular class?
It is. Well, they've got a wait list to get in.
So then it is.
Yep. They're only letting in 20 kids a year. And but if you consider it, I mean, I think they pay like a $25 or $40 class fee, right? Per year. To get your cosmetology license elsewhere.
My gosh, yes.
$20,000.
Yeah.
In Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a huge, huge thing for them.
So we're here, obviously, at Arizona Western College. Shout out to AWC for letting us have the program here.
Crash your campus.
Yeah. Can you give us an example or talk to us about that career, that path to higher education?
Yeah.
Right. And can you explain a little bit about what Vista does uniquely to get people over here to AWC?
AWC does a great job of working with all of our local high schools. There's the Crim to Matador program and Hawk to Matador. We have a Lobo to Matador program, right? But what's unique about Vista is that we get the opportunity to work with our representatives here at AWC and have a more kind of personalized visit, right? Our kids aren't going to come just take a campus tour. We're only bringing 5 or 10 kids at a time. And so we can get a much more intimate experience by saying, I want to come see the welding program.
Exactly.
I want to come see auto. I want to come see, this particular specialty and have a much more focused connection with getting here.
And I think that focused connection is key. I really want to highlight that. I really believe that because I was a product of it.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. We got about a minute and a half left. Is there anything? I know you got some notes in front of you that you wanted to cover.
No, absolutely. I think that I really appreciate you guys having me and being able to spread the word. I love being at Vista. The teachers love being there. The kids love being there. It's if you are a student or a family that has a student that is not been successful with their home campus, is looking for a different environment, needs to recover credits, wants to graduate early, or has faced any other barrier, definitely come take a tour. Call my office. We'll get you on campus to come check it out, see what we have to offer. On October 1st, we have a Why Vista event.
Okay.
It's a showcase of our students and staff, kind of a carnival theme.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And so you can come get a campus tour, speak with counselors to see if your kid's a fit and how they're a fit. It was really well attended last year. I'm looking forward to grow this year.
I love how you have come on and just clarified what Vista is about.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of this whole thing because there is an assumption about Vista. And you look like a really cool principal too.
Oh, thanks.
He totally fits the you just look like a cool Vista principal.
Thanks. Tell my kids that.
Tell the kids that.
Why are they scared of you?
No.
They love you.
If you ever want us to go talk to the kids and talk about maybe getting a radio or doing something like this, I'd love to talk to the kids.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, David King. Appreciate you coming on. And if you want to check out Vista, if you're a child or you're maybe a child listening, you want to have some different options, that sounds like a great option. And with that, What's Up Yuma is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia right over here.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, we're going to have Jeff Yuma, who's a promoter in town, put on a lot of hardcore shows with me back in the day. And Mandy, is it Heil or Hale?
We'll say Heil.
Heil. She's from right here in AWC, so it's not going to be much of a trek for her to get
She'll walk across the road. You can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio, and email us at whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org.
Thank you again, David. Go Lobos.
Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.
You are tuned to KOFA Yuma, Border Radio.